I'm Alex, he's Jim, and this is the Charging Status EV podcast. How you doing, mate?
I'm all right. We're in a nice, cosy setting here.
It's
aren't
nice and close, isn't it?
we? There might be a bit of chat in the background because we're not the only people here, but we're at the launch of the MG4
And the MG4.
and the MG4. Yeah. So the MG4 Urban, which is a completely new car, and then the MG4 has also had a refresh, the thing we know to be the MG4, but they're both going to be on sale at the same time, aren't they?
Yeah, so both on sale next week as of recording.
Right.
So pretty good, really. The original MG4, I call it, has had a very small update on its exterior, but the interior has had a massive improvement. Because that was one thing that was lacking on the old one, I find.
Yeah.
And then they've got the MG4 Urban, which is a bigger car in nearly every way, but they're targeting practicality, and it's got smaller batteries. So.
And interestingly, at this point in the day, I've driven the Urban, you've driven the other one. I've just realised we've left all this on the side.
Oh, well,
People don't expect professionalism
no, not from us.
from us, do they? So,
No.
yeah. So you said the interior is a big upgrade. I haven't even looked at the new one yet. The MG4,
Yep.
which we'll snappily call it.
Yep.
But I always thought the rear-wheel drive version of that car, rather than the X-Power, was such a cool thing to drive. Just
Yeah.
a short wheelbase, rear-wheel drive, and it felt like a proper driver's car.
Yeah.
But it was let down by the interior, wasn't it?
Yeah, the interior is now, it's a mismatch of an MGS6 and the S5 with the MG4 now. So it's a combination of the two.
Yeah.
And it's a massive improvement because you've got better quality materials. The touchscreen actually is quite good now. And we've got physical buttons for all the climate stuff, which is great.
Has that got a heat pump now or not?
Not sure, because the Urban has a heat pump.
Yeah, this is one of the things with the Urban. So the Urban's front-wheel drive. Really, it's a completely different car,
Yeah.
really, isn't it?
Yeah.
But every one of the Urbans has got front-wheel drive, which has got a heat pump, which I think is amazing.
Yep.
Especially when you consider it starts at 23 and a half,
Yep.
and then it goes up to 28, doesn't
Yeah.
it?
And actually, I think it's 21 and a half with the grant, the MG grant.
1,500 quid grant.
It's about 21 something.
Is it? I thought it was 22 or nearly 22.
Might be a £5 under 22.
Yeah.
Which is incredible. So
And they're doing 0% interest on them, which is pretty crazy. The thing with that one is it's got a massive boot and loads of rear legroom. This is not an infomercial, by the way. We turn up at these things to give honest opinions.
Yeah.
We don't get paid by anyone or anything like that. So I don't want this to come across like an infomercial at all. But we're looking at something that's similar price to Renault 5, similar price to the Insta, that's a much bigger car. With a decent, I mean, the top two trims are what, 258 miles a range?
roughly, yeah.
Is it?
Yep.
With a heat pump. They don't charge particularly fast.
No.
Was it 87 kilowatts
Roughly,
for the
yeah.
higher ones? But LFP battery.
Yep.
Like, it just looks like an amazing price. I think MG as a brand now are quite well established in the UK. But now the challenger brands are coming from China, which they were
Yep.
the challenger brand. But it's a sign that they're aware of that, isn't it? And
Yep.
they're kind of like, well,
gotta-
here you go then.
Yeah, so they've offered two different trims. So it's interestingly, the MG4, as we know it, the original one, doesn't even exist anymore in China.
Yeah,
They've discontinued it, as far as I understand, and the MG4 Urban is the MG4.
yeah.
So I think they've left. I think if they only had the MG4 Urban here, we'd be lacking that drivability that we'd be used to from the existing MG4. So yeah, it's good. And I've taken the MG4 out on some B roads earlier. Admittedly, it was horrible and raining, but it did seem really fun still, which was good.
Yeah.
So it's good.
They have given it a bit more range as well.
Yeah, so the old MG4 had a smaller 49 kilowatt hour battery pack, I think, and they've dropped that, and the new one's only got bigger batteries.
Yeah,
And then if you want a smaller range of a car, you go for the MG4 Urban now.
yeah, yeah. Obviously, life would have been easier if they called the Urban something else. MG Urban.
Yeah, that would have worked quite well.
Yeah, there's a thought.
Yeah.
But there we go. So it all gets a bit confusing when we're talking about these things, and even between us. I mean, I was downstairs. Which one have you driven? And I said to the guy, "Oh, the MG4 Urban," and he's like, "Okay." So you need an Urban. I was like, no, I've driven the Urban. He's like, you need a standard MG4. Here's one. And I was like, that's an Urban. And yeah, I think that's one thing that's not. They do the range quite simply, don't they? Because it's like 3 trim levels. The only option's paint,
which is fantastic.
Yeah, which is brilliant. But the naming of them is perhaps
a little bit confusing.
Yeah, yeah. I guess the most natural rival for that Urban would be the Ford Puma Gen E, wouldn't it?
I'd say so. Yeah.
I mean, you could even say they've had a look at the design of the Puma Gen E, possibly
maybe
in places. Although the design guy who was telling us they've modelled it off the Cyberstar, which
I thought the design was really good of the Urban. I mean, when that car got announced, it was basically not going to come here at all. Originally, that was really quite disappointing, but I'm glad they had bought it. It looks quite nice.
Yeah,
it's a nice, understated design and quite friendly looking, whereas the standard MG4 is a bit more aggressive and quite angular and so it's quite nice.
But with the higher battery in the Urban, when you look at it, to get to the bigger battery version with that EV grant, 24 grand,
which is mad,
and it'll do 258 miles WLTP, and it's got a heat pump.
Yep.
Every car's got wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto, loads of room in the back. You could get 3 adults in the back of that car without a problem.
That's impressive.
And there's tow room under the seat in front, because that's one of my big bugbears at the moment, is rear tow room. And 577 litres of boot space.
Yeah, it looks very promising. And a 7-year warranty.
Yeah, MG warranty.
Oh, okay.
There's a lot of these brands now are advertising big warranties, but after 3 years, the amount you're actually covered for is pretty low.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I think MG's one of those where it's
a
7-year warranty.
Okay.
But I haven't read it word for word, I must admit.
Okay.
Or 80,000 miles, isn't it? Which again, like to be fair, most of the competition is giving you 3 years, and that's the end of that.
Yep.
So even if you're covered for this much after 3 years, that's that much more than you would get on a Ford, for example.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, we just thought we're actually here together, so
might as well film a podcast.
Yeah, yeah. What did you drive down here in?
Got the Model Y Performance at the moment.
Yeah.
The new one, yeah.
Spoilers? Well, you don't have to spoil it. What do you think of it?
It's good.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's really good. It handles really well. It doesn't handle, which obviously it sounds quite silly saying it, but it doesn't handle quite as well as the Model 3 Performance.
Yep.
It's a bigger car, but the range is good. It charges quick. Yeah.
And it goes like stink.
And I think it's the best looking Model Y they've ever done. Because when I reviewed this...
That is a low bar.
I know.
Well, and if you ask some people, it's not.
I know.
But if you ask me, I've got sight and everything. I know I have to wear glasses, but I can see.
So when the facelifted Model Y came out, I reviewed that recently. It just looked a bit weird. And the light bar at the front, I don't know. Whereas the Performance, it just solves all of those problems.
Yeah.
For me, because it just looks mad.
It does look a bit more purposeful.
It just looks great, and the seats are really comfy. You've got thigh support on the seats now,
right?
Which is a first. So, yeah, it's good.
I like the cheap one, the standard as it is now, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, actually, they've changed the names again.
Oh, have they?
They just called Model Y now.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So Model Y or Model Y Performance.
You got Model Y and then Model Y Premium and then Model Y Performance. That's it now.
Right. So the Model Y.
Yeah.
Pause.
Yeah.
The fact that it hasn't got the light bar, I think, is quite cool. They could almost do that as an option, like a no-cost option. Do you want the light bar? Yes or no?
Yeah.
But I guess they're all about one size fits all, and that keeps the production cost down, and blah blah blah. But yeah, ideal world and all that. Yeah.
I think it looks great. The design looks awesome.
I've got it in a couple of weeks actually, and it might be the same car.
Oh, right.
So don't trap any farts in it or anything.
I'll leave a Greg's surprise for you.
Yeah. Yeah. I came down in something that's very not electric.
Right.
Yeah, 4-litre BMW X3 M50.
So is that the X3M?
No, it's the X3 M50.
Okay.
Yeah. And I mean, it's great, obviously,
Yeah.
but I mean, the weather was absolutely atrocious. I drove for 2.5 hours to get here yesterday, and for all of those 2.5 hours, my wipers were at max, and really like only just keeping up. It was atrocious, like driving conditions, absolutely atrocious. And then the hotel where I stayed last night had a tiny, tiny car park. And I thought, I haven't actually looked to see how much this BMW cost yet, because it arrived on my drive yesterday and I had to leave 5 minutes later. But I thought, this is a car that I don't want to be taken into a very tight car park.
No.
Yeah, you don't want to get a car like that and say, oh, thanks for the loan. It's crashed.
Yep.
Yeah. Although, MG4.
Oh, yeah. Oh, well, won't bring that up again.
That was your first press car,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
3 years ago.
Yeah.
Nearly.
3 years. That's
Nearly
mad.
3 years. Maybe
Wow.
it's a few months in change, but yeah.
To be fair, now you've been doing it for 3 years, you would assume you would have got better in that time.
I haven't, have I? I got worse.
No. Yeah.
Still just as useless as before. Oh, dear. But yeah, we mentioned potholes, I think, on the last episode, and the potholes around here. Bloody hell.
It's unbelievable,
It's so
isn't
bad.
it?
It's really bad.
Yeah.
Just
We're in like the Chiltern Hills.
High Wycombe, I think.
Yeah, like is it Marlow?
I don't know. At this rate, I just set my sat nav and blink, and I'm
Where
I am.
Yeah. But yeah, the state of the roads is absolutely
Diabolical.
atrocious. I mean, they're bad enough already, but this rain we've had recently, which is the sort of stuff you read about in the Bible if you're that way inclined. I mean, I don't think the roads in this country have ever been worse, have they?
No, they're really bad at the moment. There's somewhere I got off the M40, that was it. I turned left off the M40, and there was a massive dip in the road that people were slowing down for so they could navigate it like an off-road course.
I read something the other day, and I actually wrote a little article afterwards about cars that are most likely to fail their first MOTs. And everyone used it as like an anti-EV. It was all spun that way.
Yep.
But because I think out of the top 10, there were like 4 EVs, and Tesla Model Y and Tesla Model 3 were in there. But the thing that a lot of people missed, I think, with that story is that in 3 years, those cars have normally never been on a mechanics ramp. So nothing's been picked up on them. They've had no maintenance whatsoever. And one of the things they seem to be doing is top mounts for shocks, and brake corrosion's the other thing, which my Model Y squeaks like anything when you go
This
in
one did,
reverse.
actually.
Right, yeah.
Already, yeah.
Yeah.
This one's not very old.
And my 3 did it the other day. But with the roads as they are now, that's going to only get worse, isn't it?
You put a lot of stress on a car. It's just, it's going to get worse. If
And
you're not
obviously
doing
when it's a heavy car,
yeah.
The shocks are going to take the brunt of it.
Yep.
But I don't know, I feel like I should be able to give the bill to the government and say, well, I've done my bit, I've paid my tax.
Yeah,
and
send email an invoice through.
yeah, I got my first tax request for the Model Y yesterday.
Oh, right.
Yeah, because when the tax came in, I did that thing where I just taxed it before I had to online.
For
so I
0.
got 11 months.
Yep.
But yeah, 195 quid for my zero emissions vehicle. Thanks, government. Notice I put an S on the end
Yeah.
to avoid like blue team or red team
Yep.
going bananas. Yeah. But yeah, I feel like you should be able to, like, for things like that, for shocks
Oh, yeah.
on a new car, you should be able to go, sorry, government, but you didn't keep your end of the bargain up and actually fix the road. So therefore,
Yep.
pay that for us. Cheers. Do you think it would work?
Give it a go.
Yeah.
Can't be a harm, can it?
No.
Just send an unstamped letter.
Yeah.
They can pay to receive it then.
Yeah. Yeah.
What else have you been driving lately? You've been quite busy, I think.
I had the A6 e-tron last week.
Oh, yeah.
I loved that, actually.
Yeah.
The ridiculous thing about it is the price.
Oh.
And they're just silly little things, like on the interior. The door pull handles to get out have got like a blanked off switch on them. And it's an £80,000 car. And it was a lovely, lovely thing that I totally fell in love with. It's not the most luxurious interior or the most anything really, but like if I had a company car today, it would probably be that, because I had A3s and A4s and it was a natural kind of fit for me. And the consumption was also way off the claimed figure, the WLTP figure.
Oh, yeah.
Weather's been atrocious, everything's been on, but I was getting 100 and something under WLTP. I think it's 435 on the one I had.
Yep.
And I'd worked it out I was going to get 320 to 330 on
Which
a
is
full
still
charge.
really good.
But amazing,
Yeah.
like more than anyone needs.
Yeah.
And it's on 800 volt architecture,
Yeah.
so you can charge it ultra rapidly. So it's utterly, utterly fine. But I would have been happier if that was even 350 in the winter and like 380, 390 in the summer. But no one needs to do 400 miles in a stretch. And yes, you can plug it in for 10 minutes and it'll probably put 80 miles, 100 miles into it. But it was a bit off. But the price was just daft, £80,000.
Just, yeah, too much.
Yeah, but even ID7, if you go for a nicely spec'd ID7, you're 60-ish,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, when you look at that compared to what you can get from Genesis for that price,
Yeah,
like, why? Like,
I know.
that's, yeah, not sure.
What about you? What did you have last week?
I've had the Model Y for just under 2 weeks, just based on, I needed it longer because of this week. I'm actually recording another video tomorrow, the Xpeng G6.
Right, okay.
So I didn't have time to give the car back and stuff, so I needed it for a bit longer. So I can't remember. I think we've just discussed what I had last time, whatever it was.
Oh, okay.
Not really sure.
Yeah, we probably did. I've got the Tesla Model 3 pause
Yep.
on the 20th, I think, is the launch for that.
Okay. Well, February.
Yeah. So I'm guessing it will be kind of what we saw with the Tesla Model Y pause.
Yep.
Which will be very similar car, suspension maybe not quite so good, and they haven't finished the frunk.
Yep.
But we'll wait and see. Be interesting to see how they price that one. I don't think they've announced it yet, have they?
I think they have.
Oh, have they?
I think so.
What's that going to start from?
Some amount of money. I will
37,
check.
38?
I will check. 1 second. Don't think it's too, but I think you can order it today already.
Oh, yeah?
It's already on the configurator, yeah.
Right.
Let's have a look. Yeah. It's £37,990.
Okay. So basically the same as they did with the Model Y, which is knock 2 or 3 grand off and start it there, but it will force more people into paying a bit more for the premium. Yeah. But
Makes sense.
I'll be interested to see, because the Model 3, the new Model 3 has obviously been around longer than the Model Y, so I wonder if the suspension will be different. Because obviously the way they did it with the Model Y is it was quite a quick transition, really, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So I wonder if it will still have the good suspension. So, but, I mean, you know how much I love the drive of the Model 3, the Highland, as it were. And if you can get that, and then all they've done is take the screen out the back, change the centre console, and haven't finished the front.
You still got the sunroof in that one, so.
Oh, have they not covered it over?
That's still there.
Right.
Not sure why.
That's an interesting.
I'd imagine it's something to do with the centre pillar thing, because the Y has a completely flat roof,
Yeah.
whereas the 3 has that thing in the middle.
Yeah,
with the
yeah.
Antenna in.
Yeah, but I mean, they said the reason they did it in the Y, covered it, is so they could use imperfect glass.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Right.
That's the whole reason for covering it. They say that the glass panel actually provides more structural rigidity in that setup than if they put metal there.
Oh, really? Wow.
So they want the glass for the strength,
They can use cheaper glass.
but they can use stuff with slight imperfections that they wouldn't put in a
Got you.
standard car,
That makes sense.
a premium car,
Yeah.
performance car,
Yeah.
not a blank.
The Model Y pause. That's
Yeah. Right, you people, not enough of you are following us on YouTube, so please subscribe. Or if you're listening to this on your chosen podcast platform, please follow, like, share, subscribe. Generally give thanks and love in any way that you can, because it all helps.
It does.
Yes.
Yeah, there we go. What have you got coming up in terms of events and different things you're driving soon?
I've got a Hyundai drive day tomorrow.
Hyundai?
Hyundai. And
I thought you said Hyundai.
No. And I think I've booked out the Ioniq 5, the standard one. They've got the N there, but I'm not going to put myself through it again. And something else. I can't remember what else I've booked. Oh, the Tucson, I think, 'cause I haven't had the latest Tucson.
Okay, nice.
And then I've got, I think, a couple of JQs coming up. I think they're plug-in hybrids, but I can't quite remember, or Moders.
Oh, you mean the event we've got?
Yeah.
It's a Moders.
A Moders.
Yep.
There you go.
Yep.
And then next month, I'm going to meet Jonathan Porterfield at Shoreham Car Auctions.
Oh, nice.
And have a mooch around some used cars. I might do a little video there, or if not, I'll help Jonathan do one. I don't really know. But,
sounds good.
Looking forward to that.
Where is that? Is that up north somewhere?
Shoreham.
Yeah.
It's near Brighton.
Brighton.
Yeah.
That's a bit of a drive for him then.
Just a bit, yeah. Given that he lives in Orkney.
Jesus.
He gets around though, doesn't he?
He does, yeah.
I mean, he's driven to Spain again. I think he's on his way back.
It's fair play.
Pretty soon.
Fair play to him.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, Jonathan seems like a really nice guy.
Yeah.
And, you know me, I love a deal, and I'm really interested in like the used EV space as well. So that'd be really good, actually. I'm looking forward to that. Unfortunately, I can't go on the day of the actual auction. So I'm going to be there the day before. But I think on the day of the auction, Andrew Till's going to meet him there, and they're going to do something together. So,
nice.
So that'd be good. Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah. What about you?
Like you, I've got the Amoda event.
X-Pain tomorrow.
X-Pain tomorrow. So that's 2 Amodas in a few weeks' time. And then I've got the Genesis G80, the new one.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
The one where you can close the doors from a button.
Oh, hello.
Yeah. And then I've got the GV70 after that as well.
Right.
So back-to-back luxury.
Nice. I had the closed doors on a button in that BMW i7 I had.
Oh, yeah.
And absolutely no reason to ever use it. And it actually takes longer than just closing the door. But the amount of joy it brought me every time I did it, which was every time I needed to close the door.
Well, in this Genesis, what you can do is if the doors are open, you can close it from the driver's seat, both of them from the back doors. And then the doors themselves are open from a button, and you close them, they close like that. So
boys in their toys, eh?
I know.
I thought it was a good size, but maybe it is small.
Great. I also saw the new Twingo in person.
Yeah, it's really cool, isn't it?
I went to London last weekend for work, and then popped in to go and see the Twingo because I was so excited.
Yeah.
And I was in there by myself because no one else was in there.
Right.
I don't know why. Middle of the day on a Saturday, no one in there.
Maybe because you went in.
I think it's as I entered the door.
Yeah.
It sort of put everyone else.
Yeah,
off.
yeah. It's that sort of fun vacuum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's me. But I'm impressed. It's not a very big car, but they've packaged it really well.
It looks so cool though, doesn't it?
It looks amazing.
Yeah.
And the seats slide around in the back. The boots are good size. The interior's got a Renault Zoe steering wheel and bits and pieces from that, which makes sense.
Yeah.
But they've got the same software as they got in the Renault 5, so it makes sense.
Do we know how much that's going to be yet?
Under 20 grand.
Yeah. I'd like to know how much under.
I reckon 17.
Yeah, if I tell you what, if it was, that could do very well. But with this today at 22, it needs to not be 19,995.
No, it needs to be. I reckon it'll be 17.
Yeah.
Because you'll get 163 miles out of it.
Jeez.
On a battery that's around the same size as a Honda E.
Which is like VWE up range, isn't it?
Yeah.
Officially.
Yeah. And doesn't have a heat pump. Mm-hmm. That's not included. And charging speed limited to 50 kilowatt.
Can you get a heat pump?
No, I don't think you can option it either.
That's a shame, because that was one thing with my Me that I had, my Me Electric, is that, you know, winter range was probably 90 or 100 miles. And maybe 130 summer, but the thermal management bit's missing. I get why they wouldn't put it in their cheapest possible car, but I always think that it should be an option now.
Yeah, definitely should be.
Like, we've seen the effects of it in this country,
Yep.
and the benefit of having one.
Yeah.
And if you don't think there's any benefit or you don't need it, don't option it.
Yeah.
But otherwise, 800 quid or something,
Yep.
I'd tick that box.
Yep. No, I would. But also the fact that in terms of pricing, the fact that the Renault 5 is around 21 grand at the moment with the discounts and stuff because it gets the government grant. It needs to be not too close to the 5. It needs to be a bit further down. So yeah,
it needs to be way off, doesn't it? Really.
I reckon 17, hopefully.
And then that might sort of inform what VW does with the
ID1.
Yeah.
We shall see. Exciting times.
Indeed. We better go and film some more cars, haven't we?
Yeah, I got another one to film. You got another one to film.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Thanks so much for watching or listening to the Charging Status podcast. You can find all my car reviews at The Interface Cars on YouTube and my website, theinterface.uk. What about you, Jim?
You can find me at notaguru.co.uk or on the YouTube channel, which is definitely Not a Guru.
Fantastic. Thanks for watching or listening, and we'll see you again next time.
Bye-bye.